involved in that, so that's okay.
Okay.
And we're in the town, and you're at a bar. As you're sitting at this bar stool, and probably drinking an ale, I assume? What do you drink in your free time? Just ale?
Just ale.
All right.
Old fashioned. It's a staple of my people.
It's a staple of
Probably.
your people. All right. Yep. Dwarves do love some good dwarven spirits, too, but ale is definitely, like, the common drink. All right. So you're sitting here in this tavern, and you've heard a couple of things. One, you've heard a rumor about a pit fight going on in the city. It just started up. Many different fighters of various different skill have been participating and making some decent coin or dying in these pit fights. Also, there have been many instances of deaths where there are little like claw marks in the necks of victims.
Oh.
And apparently, someone up from Waypike, known as a monster hunter, you're not sure of his name, has come to Fenhold, or is coming to Fenhold, to hunt down whatever is committing these atrocious murders where the victim is bitten in the neck and then killed in some fashion.
Wait, that's separate of the fight pit, right?
Yes, separate.
Okay.
These are the two things you're hearing.
Right, sorry, okay.
When you're sitting around drinking at the bar and maybe talking to some people, do you talk to anyone in specific? Like, do you stick to your race? Do you talk to the bartender? Do you talk to the waitstaff? Who's your preferred people?
I guess I just talk to whoever had like just talking. I just listen to whoever's like
social butterfly. All right. You get some various conversations from different kind of like peasant class people from Fenhold. No one else really comes up to you, but they're rather friendly, and you learn about these rumors. And you're in this bar. Bar's name is the I think the Rusty Goblin, something like that. What do you do?
So the guy that's coming from Waypike, when's he gonna show up?
So you ask, who do you ask about that? Do you ask just one of the peasants, or do you ask like the bartender?
I figured I'd ask whoever like I heard the rumor from.
All right. You're talking to one of the peasants. You're like, when does he show up? This guy, you learned his name was like Bob. Bob goes, well, I'm not exactly sure. There are others probably more informed, and he kind of gives the little quotes with his hands on such matters. I would talk to the captain of the guard, and he points you in the direction of the kind of like barracks outside.
All right, well, I thank the man for his information. I'm gonna head that way.
All right. You head toward the barracks. You see like what looks to be like a longhouse towards the center of town. Not exactly in the center, a little off to the east of town. And it's like a longhouse, but in like more of a like medieval Middle Europe style rather than like a northern Denmark kind of style. And there's a door in front of you, and there's no one outside. You see a little girl with a broom sweeping across the street, and she looks over to you and waves and say, "Hello, dwarf!"
Just gonna ignore her and knock on the door.
All right, you knock on the door. You hear a gruff and hoarse voice go, "Come in!"
Alright, I'll just walk in then.
Alright, you walk in and you see a well-bearded human. He's got black hair and he looks to be probably like mid-40s maybe. He's got a short sword at his belt, and he's got the colors of the town, which is a gray hawk with a spear on its side, on his little tabard he's wearing.
I'm looking for like the headmaster, right? Head guard? Something like that.
Yeah, essentially.
Alright. So I ask him like, where can I find the head guy?
Well, I happen to be the captain of the guard in here, Fenhold.
Oh, well, I was looking for information on a witch hunter or monster hunter coming from Waypike. Specifically, when will he arrive?
A monster hunter, eh? Yeah, we called him about a week or two ago. He just showed up. He's over at the Dragon Inn. can't remember. It's the Tilted Dragon, the Rusted Bucket. I don't. One of those taverns. He's over at the Tilted Dragon.
All right.
Quite the man. May I ask why have you searched him out? What is your purpose?
I'm curious as to what he's up to, what he's looking for, and see if I can't help him and earn some coin in the process.
Well, that is quite the noble task ye hunting down. Yeah, well, feel free to go meet him. If you need me to take you to him, I can get one of the boys to lead you.
Sure, show me to him.
All right, he grabs one of the guards from the barracks, and he leads you to the man. He's got a, like... You ever seen Van Helsing?
I've not.
Okay, I would Google that real quick. That's...
Gotcha, so he's got like trench coat, he's got the long flowing hair.
Oh yeah, he's got the long flowing hair, he's got the trench coat, he's got a kind of like mini crossbow, and then he's got, you see 2 daggers, and also a longsword on his back as well. He is armed to the teeth. Yeah, he's got brown hair, he's pretty clean shaven.
So where is he? Is he like sat at a table or at the bar? Or?
He's just sitting at the bar. He appears to be drinking, maybe wine.
All right. Well, I take a seat next to him, order an ale.
Okay.
And I say to him like, "I heard you're from Wave Pike, trying to hunt down a monster."
Whose business do you serve, and why do you ask?
My own, and I guess by extension, the guy that owns this town. Does he own this town?
Count Blade?
Something like
yes.
that. Yeah.
Count Blade is count of this county. He rules over Ubin and Fenhold and all towns surrounding them. Regardless, though, he goes, "You serve Count Blade?"
Vaguely, yeah.
Not the best man to serve, but noble, so... The position, I assume, commands some respect. Do you, What's your business with me?
Well, I have a proposition.
Aye?
I think that I could be of assistance to you in hunting down this monster.
You wish to help with my investigation?
Indeed.
In exchange for what?
Some amount of coin.
Well, the beast I'm hunting generally keeps with it some valuables. You're welcome to it. Do you know anything about what we're hunting?
No clue.
What do you know about lichens? The lichen folk. You know anything about them?
Mm-hmm. Do I know anything about them?
Have you ever encountered like a werewolf, a werebat, a werebear, any of these in your backstory, do you think? Because otherwise...
I don't know, I have... Hang on. I have ancient history military. That's...
Okay, so... With your ancient history and military, so your military is where this is really coming from. You've heard of, like, werebears serving in, the military from time to time.
That's badass.
And they're pretty powerful. They're, like, way stronger than anyone you've ever faced. From what you've heard. You don't know much else about them. You heard rumors that they can't be hurt with normal weapons. You have to have, like, specific kind of weapons, like either magical or maybe silver, gold, not steel or iron, you know that, but you don't remember the specifics. Just offhand.
Okay. So I assume I exchanged that knowledge with them. That's what I know.
Aye, werebears. Yet, werebears are good folk, as you may know. Generally, at least. A little bit on the, more, I serve my own justice kind of law, but regardless, they are good to the core, generally. What we hunt is far different. I haven't completely discerned what it is yet. It's either a were-rat, a were-bat, or a werewolf. But if it's a werewolf, it's behaving strangely. So I that one's almost not. Well, if you really hope to assist in these matters, well, first, and he pulls out one of his daggers, and you see it's completely like silver. Like, it looks like the coins you carry that are made of silver. Oh. And he looks to you and says, "Present me your wrist."
All right. I reach my right or left arm out.
Okay, he kind of like takes hold of it and says, "If you are infected, you need to tell me now."
I pray to God that I'm not infected.
Okay, he takes his dagger and like slices your wrist. Not like dangerously, but it like cuts, and he looks satisfied, and he looks towards you and says, "Would have sizzled if you were one of them." So now you have an open wound, and you're like bleeding on your wrist. He didn't cause you any real damage. It was like superficial cut, but still, it hurt. It's like a really bad paper cut. Imagine that.
Oh God. All right. I don't know if do I have any cloth on me? I think I do.
Yeah, you can find a piece of scrap that you picked up somewhere. And,
I'm just gonna bind it with a bit of cloth.
All right. And he looks to you and says, "So, you really want to join me on this hunt?
Of course.
You could lose your life.
It's more interesting than sitting here."
Aye, 'tis true. And he says, "Well, follow me." And he leads you out of the tavern and into the street. And you walk for about 5 minutes, and then you reach an alley, and you see a couple of guards standing at it. And down the alley, you also see a body.
Oh.
And he goes, "That's the victim, or at least the most recent one, the one they haven't buried yet. Feel free to come with me." And you walk down the alley, the guards exchange a nod to the both of you, and you're in front of this small peasant boy who has like little pierced teeth inside his neck. And he is almost strip naked. He's got like a loincloth on still, but otherwise he's just naked, and he doesn't look hurt besides the piercings in his neck. And he goes, "This is our body."
Ugh. Kind of grotesque.
So he goes, "Feel free to join me in looking around for clues." And he starts kind of like looking around, inspecting the body, and what do you do? Anything?
What can I see in the immediate area around this alley?
So you see the body like in the center. The alley kind of goes down further and then splits in two different directions. There's not much in this alley. You see a couple barrels. You're not sure what's inside of them. They're both shut to the left of the body and the upper left. Otherwise, It's a pretty empty alley, but it does continue on left and right, but otherwise there's a building to the forward direction.
I'm going to check inside the barrels to the left and the right, I guess. Okay. It's just only on the left, right?
Yeah, there's two barrels on the left.
Okay, I'm going to go investigate those barrels, just pop them both open, see what's inside.
Okay, you pop the left barrel up, you see a lot of, like, maybe grain. It's very disheveled. Give me a perception check.
Alright. My perception's 13, so
alright,
got that right.
It's a pass, yep. You're, like, looking at this, and you notice, like, maybe the grain's been, like, shoveled around a little bit.
Huh. So, I want to kind of dig through the grain a bit.
Okay. How far do you dig? Do you dig pretty deeply, or do you, like, stop after?
No, I'm just gonna take it, I'm just gonna pour it out.
Okay, you get a look from the hunter, he kind of, like, stares at you. You just realize you never even asked for his name. But he gives you a look. He didn't ask for yours either. It's almost like you have an unspoken agreement. And as you pour this out, with it being poured out, you hear a thump, thump, thump as you see 3 dead rats pile onto each other.
3 dead rats.
3 dead rats.
I'm gonna try and get the hunter's attention. Get him to look at this.
He's staring at the 3 dead rats that you just poured out of this barrel, and he goes, "I think we may know our quarry now, huh?"
Fucking werebat or rat shit.
Quite the nasty beast.
Oh, they're like the size of. Wait, how big is a were-rat? Do I know?
Do you ask the hunter, or do you?
Yeah, okay, I'll ask the hunter.
All right. He goes about 3 or so feet tall in their rat form. Unless they're fully rat, they are the size of like a giant rat, which is like 2 feet. Otherwise, when they're human, they can be as tall as, well, me, and he stands at about like 5'9", 5'10".
And when do they transform?
When they please.
Huh.
There's no for were-rats. Quite the dangerous fellows.
Fair.
One of the weaker lycanthropes, though, at least. They tend to hide in sewers and caves, usually underground, away from those that are more powerful than them. So, it appears we'll be going to the sewers.
Alright. No, I'm coming with you.
Alright. Well, there are, from my understanding, multiple sewers in this town. I think we should split up and search them. You take the ones to the east of town, I'll take the ones to the west.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Good luck to you. Stay alive, if you can, Boggan.
Will do.
Or he doesn't say Boggan, you haven't given him his name. But he goes dwarf. And,
You too, Hunter.
Hunter. Name's Jeremias.
Ah. Name's Boggan.
Boggan. Quite a dwarf name. And he kind of
Thank
like nods and so you go your separate ways. Eventually you find the far most east sewer. And I assume you enter?
Yeah.
Okay, you pick up this grate and you enter the sewer. And we are over here now.
Alright. I don't need to like light a torch or anything, right? Passive dark vision.
You have, you have infravision as a dwarf. It is like kind of weird. Like you ever look through like infravision goggles in a game?
Where it's like, wait.
Yeah. It's like I believe red and white. I think is the color we're looking for.
Oh, so it's like, okay, it's like the heat.
Yeah, you're seeing like heat signatures pretty much when you're looking at infravision. But you're used to it. You have lived some of your life, I assume, underground, unless you've wandered your entire life. Then you might not be used to it.
Fair amount.
Yeah, but regardless, you see underground, and it's cool. You see up to like right about there, and then the bend kind of cuts off anything else. You can be free to move yourself if you want.
I'm just gonna keep walking up.
Okay. As you get to that, hold on. As you get to that bend, you see 2 giant rats, kind of like skeet, 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 skeet. You know, kind of like messing around over there. They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
I'm gonna try and sneak up on them.
Okay. Give me a dex check.
Is I get any modifiers? So, hang
on. Probably like a plus, which is pluses are bad. Probably like a +2 for being in full armor.
All right.
And being a dwarf. Again, they are pretty stupid, but
that's still near my dex, I believe.
I think it is. Your dex is
13.
13? Yeah, that's a pass. All right, you manage to sneak up to him. You can move your token up there, but as you enter the room, though, you see many more giant rats. And, this one, the one you were sneaking up on, right? These two
Yeah.
haven't appeared to have spotted you. They're kind of like turned around. Who knows? Maybe they're humping or something. You're not really sure. It's kind of odd. But the others, these 4 above you, have definitely seen you. The heck? There we go.
Well, shit.
So I think it's time for you to roll initiative.
I forgot to roll. What's the thing for initiative?
The thing, it is on your character sheet under weapon speed, depending on what you're doing. So if you're doing longsword, it is D10 plus 5. If you're doing hand axe, it's D10 plus 4. Dude. Skirt.
The old longsword.
Ye old longsword. Alright. All these rats. What'd you roll? An 8? And you'll come in at an 8. Oh wow, I rolled an 8 too. Amazing. And we'll do ascending. Alright, so this rat goes up to you. And it is like 2 feet tall. It's got really dark eyes, and it just goes up to you and gives a bite at your leg, missing with a 4. It goes to bite you, and you like kind of like lift your foot up, and it just bites the air under you. This one, this one over here, like circles around and goes to bite the side of your leg. As you're lifting it up, takes a jump for it, and it just misses it by an inch as it bites, or it doesn't miss, it bites into your boot, and you see it grab the leather, but it doesn't hit skin. This rat, right, God no, okay, sorry, this rat right here gives you a bite and actually hits skin. As you're going to draw your longsword, it bites into your little pinky finger for 1 point of damage, causing you some minor grief.
Fucking hell.
As it bites into your hand. And I believe I need to get a... You want to roll me a D100? Okay. Alright. And this rat goes and sinks its teeth into you as well. Or tries to. With a 2, missing you. And Boggan Whitfinger, you draw your longsword. Which rat do you strike, or do you run?
I'm gonna take on... They're all the same size, right?
They're all just like 2... I mean, they're all like various... kind of like 2 feet
roughly
long.
The same size.
Yeah, they're roughly.
Okay.
Roughly around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Hang on, I'm gonna. No, I think I have good ground here. Okay, I'm gonna stay here at the mouth of the choke and just take a thrusting stab at like the one directly above me.
This one or this one? You can hold down and ping if you want.
Hold. What?
Just like left click and hold.
I'll just.
Okay.
That one.
Oh god. All right. Oh jeez. All right.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you couldn't undo it.
I got it.
All right.
There you go. All right. Take a swing. Give me your roll to hit.
So, +1.
Mm-hmm.
+3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, I rolled the,
Oh, give me another D20 for save versus death. Your save versus death is 16.
Why is it like every single time my first swing?
So save versus death, you want above your modifier, and yours is a 16. You go to swing at this, and you accidentally toss your longsword.
Every time!
Right here, over the rat.
Every time!
And, these other 2 rats, thankfully, don't go, but it is the end of the round. Alright. Are you doing a different action now, or...?
I gotta ready my fucking longsword.
Okay, so we can
or
take...
my hand axe, rather.
Alright, so we'll do... What is this? -3. That's shit. I was hoping that would addition. Would do addition. What did you roll? You rolled a base 3, so that'd be a 7 for hand axe. So you pull out your hand axe?
Yeah.
All right. It doesn't look like you move in the initiative order at all. So this rat right here goes to take a bite out of you. Misses. All these rats go to take bites that are next to you. Only one of them hitting. Can I get another D100 as it does another 2 damage to you? It bites into your kneecap, drawing blood.
Like 75.
75? Alright. And it's your turn. You pull out your hand axe.
Alright. Gonna go for just good old-fashioned brain chop on the closest one.
Alright. Give me the roll.
Fuck!
You go to sink your hand axe and you like chop off a tiny bit of the tail, but you don't hit flesh. Okay. You see this rat over here look to you and then scurry down the hallway this way and go into darkness. This one right here looks at you as well and kind of stares at you, hoping to fill the place of another rat to get a bite out of you. And all 4 of those rats surrounding you go again. All missing. All of them try and bite you, but they just can't get through your boots. They're kind of like tearing them, but they're not hitting flesh, and it's your turn.
So, where did my longsword end up at?
Ended up right here.
So hang on. Could I move, pick it up, and then move back to my position? Or like...
So if you tried to go pick up your longsword, you'd have to get through these rats, and I would give you a dex check, and if you failed, you'd get opportunity attacked by probably all the rats.
Shit.
Not this one, but all the ones surrounding you. So what do you do?
I guess I just yield hand axe once more.
Yield hand axe? Alright, let's see the yield hand axe.
Please, God, hit for once.
give me a Saber's Death Burb. As you...
God damn it!
That's a fail. As you go to swipe your hand axe down, you see the blade part. Like, maybe the craftsman that made this hand axe didn't do it right, because it, like, turns around, and then you see your hand axe is now facing you instead of them, and you, like, thunk one on the head, but it doesn't do anything. It just, like, your hand axe is now turned around.
I still have my hand axe.
Yes, but it's opposite. You have to turn it back around, but that's a minor action. Alright. You hear more skittering down the hall. This rat looks hungry, and the rats all go to take their attacks. Okay, 2 hit you.
Oh God.
1 crits you with a natural 20.
My God.
Hold on. Let's see here. 1 crits you with a 2 damage, biting into your leg, drawing blood. The other does 1 damage to you as it bites into your leg. You are at 4 HP.
Alright. Well,
what do you do?
This is starting to look kind of hairy.
Hairy and scary, just like your beard. Alright. What do you do?
So, okay, this passage here, right, just as an example, is only like 1 thick.
Yeah, it's about 5 feet across.
I feel like the smarter choice would have been at the beginning just to back up into the choke.
Okay.
Huh.
Do you make a withdraw action back there?
Yeah, I'm gonna back up and just hang out.
Now, with withdraw actions, you can move 1/3 your movement, and you can't attack after you do that. All right?
Okay.
Is that cool?
Can I attack and withdraw, or is it just with?
You can only withdraw. Unless you can attack and then take like 4 opportunity attacks from those rats, right? Otherwise, you withdraw. So what do? You withdraw?
I'm just gonna withdraw.
All right. You hear more skittering, and eventually it comes to a stop from the rat that ran away. Although it's kind of hectic, it's kind of hard to discern. This rat kind of like circles around impatiently, like continually moving around, staring at you with its beady little eyes, looking hungry. This rat, being obviously the alpha of the pack, steps up to you and goes to take a bite. And the dice roll off the desk. With a natural 1, save versus death. Fail, alright. That rat goes to bite you and kind of like falls over it and trips over itself. All the other rats look hungry at you, staring. And it is your turn,
Okay.
Boggan.
So as per usual, good old-fashioned turn around the hand axe. One more chop. Please, God.
Give me a good old chop. What'd you roll? A 9? Just barely misses the rat as you go to swing at it. Alright.
It's so sad.
Yeah. I
Oh my lord.
was not expecting you to be Boggan the misser. Alright. So yeah, eventually it circles around to this rat. He loses his turn because he fell over. And he spends it kind of like getting back up and kind of getting ready to bite you again. And it is your turn.
Alright, well, good old-fashioned, another chop.
Hey, that sinks home. Give me some damage.
Okay. Jesus.
With your hand axe. So rather frustratedly, you kind of take your hand axe, right? And you chop down on the hindquarters of the rat, cutting off it. And you see just intestines spill out all over the ground as you chop this rat into pieces. And for posterity's sake, we'll move him.
Just falls and the other rats climb over him.
Yeah. Or at least, which one is going to crawl over? Okay, that rat's way over there. The rat that has been circling around this entire time goes over to you and tries to take a bite out of you, satisfied with... well, unsatisfied with missing, but satisfied finally being able to attack its quarry. The others all look impatiently as they wait to join in. Boggan, what do you do?
I'm going to pray for another good old-fashioned hit on the closest.
Which god are you praying to? Apparently the right one, because that's a hit.
Whichever one wants to answer.
Alright, you pray to the god of luck, and he apparently grants your wish. With a hit, give me your damage, Boggan. You cleave your hand axe in that rat that was waiting patiently, and it looks with its little beady eyes kind of sad as you chop its midsection in two, and the hand axe makes short work of the rat. Alright, it comes around to... Alright, the rat's still back there. That one's dead. That one's dead. Alright. So, as this turn, or this round ends... You see a figure come out at the end of the hallway with a short sword, and he stares at you with his eyes. He looks like he's about as tall as you. He's got little rat feet and a long rat tail, and he looks like a humanoid, almost like the size of a goblin, but he has all rat features. Imagine a Skaven from Warhammer.
And I can see that he's holding a weapon.
He is holding a short sword, yeah. And he's got, like, what looks to be, like, patches of maybe leather armor or human skin. You're not really sure.
I'm gonna pray that that guy is that guy is even remotely still human, and I'm going to shout in common, like, hey, please, God, help. Just get your goons off me.
Alright, well... The rats go before him, so we'll see what he does on his turn. This rat comes and takes a bite. Tries to, out of you. Missing with its gnarly teeth. The rest of them wait patiently. Boggan, you go before the rat man. What do you do?
Alright, good old-fashioned. Try to kill. Oh, shit. That was...
Hey, if that had been a skill check, you wouldn't have gotten a 1?
There we go.
Alright, an 11, I think that is a miss, just barely, by 1. Yeah. Alright, you miss the rat just barely with your hand axe, chopping into its, like, fingernail as you go to kill it. This rat man down here stares at you and points at you and says, "Human! No, wait, dwarf? Dwarf! You, my food, come to me and be eaten by Fistentilius the rat."
Fistentilius. I'll pass on the good mean part, thank you.
You will eat my cleaver then? And he points to, like, his short sword. I call it the rat cleaver.
That's not a cleaver, that's a sword.
He stares at you angrily. How dare you? Takes a step forward. but he can't get to you with the rats blocking the passage. All right.
I'm a little bit scared, I gotta be honest.
This rat goes to attack you and hits for another 1 point of damage, sinking its teeth into your leg. And you hear the rat snickering and laughing behind them. All right, Boggan.
So I rolled another 1d100.
It's your turn. Yeah, roll another 1d100. All right.
All right.
So far, so good.
The old slap chop. Fuck.
The old slap doesn't go through. As it cycles through to this guy, and he goes, "Do you dare to defy my minions and me? Our meal? We are hungry."
You can get food other ways. Like I have money, you know. You chill out, get these guys off me. I could buy you food.
You would bring me flesh?
Like I don't know. Like I don't. What's your preference?
Human.
Would you accept regular, not human meat?
No, human.
Are you sure?
Human and gold.
Have you tried like not human meat? Might be good.
Give me a charisma check.
Shit, it's okay.
What is Boggan's charisma?
It's 8.
It's 8?
Please, God. Fuck!
He goes, "Eat them, eat him, my minions. Bring me his flesh, and we will gnaw on his bones." Alright.
Oh, shit.
And the rat in front of you goes to take another bite. Missing, luckily for you. It's your turn, with all the other rats waiting to sink teeth into you.
The old stab. Or slash.
Oh, that's a critical. It is going to be ×2 of what your damage is. So give me your damage for your hand
My
axe.
minimum damage is 3, so...
Alright. 3? Alright, you cut the rat in half for 6 damage. And it gives a squeak as it dies, rather pitifully. And then, who goes next? That rat doesn't matter. This one's dead. Alright, you see the rat man step forward and look at you right in the eyes and say, "You will be my greatest meal." It takes a swing
dwarfs are kind of tough.
at you with a natural 1 and passes its saving throw. So it goes to slash at you, and almost you see him drop his sword for half a second, but grab it midair just as he was about to accidentally throw it. And then you go. You are face to face with this rat man.
Alright. Now the question is, do I risk death or whatever happens when I lose my health?
Can you give me an intelligence check really quickly?
Sure. I don't think I have any bonuses for that.
Nope. Is it a pass? What's your intelligence?
12.
12? That's a fail. Never mind. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, you're face to face with this rat man. What do you do?
So, what are my options realistically, other than run and attack?
So you can attack, right? You can attack and do your base movement, which I think is 3, because your full movement's 6. You can withdraw and move 1/3 of your movement, and back out down this corridor.
Okay.
Those are... Or you can try and continue to reason with the rat man, if you want to. That hasn't worked out well for you so far.
Huh. No, fuck it. I'm gonna go for yield chop.
Yield chop? Alright, give me yield chop. Give me a saving throw versus death, Burb. Give me a saving throw versus death. That's a pass. Alright, you go to what looks like almost throwing your hand axe, but as you almost throw it your way, wait a second, I was trying to chop him, and then you just hold on to it before you hit him, and it just like it's inches from his face, and he looks at you kind of confused, and as he's looking at you confused, he goes to stab you with his short sword.
I was just trying to show off. I wasn't trying to hit you.
And just barely misses you. by like one, and he kind of like takes his short sword and like tries to stab into you, and it catches in your chainmail just in the right ring, and it just like gets stuck for a second, and he pulls it out and goes, "You will die by my short sword, or my cleaver, my rat cleaver."
You slipped up.
Yeah,
you slipped up, rat man.
Oh, well, do you say that to the rat man?
I do. I do indeed.
All right, yeah, he stares at you menacingly as it's your turn.
Go this way, rat man. Doesn't have to be this way.
It doesn't have to be this way? All right, Michael Jackson, calm down. We are the world. All right, I believe that... Let's see here. Give me a second. Let me flip through my book. Lost my bookmark. That
it's so much easier than fucking beam my sword out of my hand.
Is just barely a miss as you go to slash your hand axe into the were-rat. And he goes to pierce your veil or your armor, whichever you choose, with another natural one. This time he fails, and he takes his cleaver and he goes to chop you, and or he goes to stab you, and it like falls out of his hand behind you, and you see him now in front of you, unarmed. And it's your turn. His short sword is behind you. It's nice and shiny.
Fortunately, I don't think longsword proficiencies apply to short swords.
They do not.
I'm not gonna. Okay. I'm gonna take another opportunity to try and reason with them. Be like, all right, you're unarmed. Come on. You know?
Is that what you say?
You're unarmed. You know, your weapon's behind me. You could very well die today.
Give me a charisma check.
Fuck. I'll...
An 11? All right.
Yeah.
Regardless, he fails his morale check and looks to you and goes, "Kill him, my minions," as he goes to book it, and he turns around and you get an attack of opportunity on the were-rat.
Alright. But it's second any, like, modifiers?
Yeah, it's a +2 for back attack.
That's the hit, right?
Yes.
Okay. We still don't see.
Alright, that is a hit, Burb, as you slice into the were-rat. Give me your damage.
Right.
You do 6 damage, or at least you think you do, as you slice into this were-rat's back. You see a cut open up, but as soon as it opens up, you hear like a weird noise. It sounds like skin kind of like growing, and you see it reform over his back.
Fuck, I knew I should.
As you remember that you were supposed to try and kill these things with silver weapons.
I was gonna like get a like silver weapon before, but like things moved too quickly, and I was like, all right, well, probably it's fine.
All right, and he makes his run for it as he disappears down the hall. All right, and let's see here, which rat is next. All right, this rat goes up to you and tries to take a bite out of you. Be the only rat who gets to move. Does this rat kill you? No, he rolls a 2 and misses. All right.
More shopping action.
What do you do?
I need to recover my damn longsword eventually.
You want that longsword back? That is a miss on the rat, as he is just too tiny for you to hit with that. Do you continue to fight this rat then? All right, yeah, you do. All right. So the rat again goes to strike you. Totally flopping. But passing his saving throw somehow with a natural 20. All right. Boggan, do you continue to duke it out with the rat?
God damn. Alright. I'm gonna give it one more good chop.
Alright, give us a good old chop.
Alright, fuck it.
You go to slice the rat and you just nothing. You're slicing air as the rats look kind of confused at you. At this point, they're like, "Dude, come on." Or at least you'd think they would if they could speak. They just do squeak, squeak.
This is most like
squeak,
like,
squeak.
This is so bad. Like, where everyone's just missing.
All right, the rat goes to hit you.
Like a shit show, dude.
The rat also misses, going to bite into your leg. Boggan, what do you do?
I'm just gonna try and fucking leave.
You're just gonna withdraw?
I want to pull out of the sewer. I'm gonna...
Okay. You can move 1/3 your movement and withdraw, so...
Alright.
Or are you taking an opportunity attack from the rat?
No, I'm just gonna withdraw.
Okay, withdraw, and you can move 1/3 your movement. The rat looks...
I'll take an opportunity.
Alright.
Is that the full movement?
Yep.
But take an opportunity? Okay.
He takes a swing at you and misses, even though he gets some bonuses.
So that brings me down to, like, here or here?
How much movement? You have 6 movement. Full move. So 6 tiles.
Oh, 6 tiles? Okay.
I believe so, right? 3's half of your movement. Yeah, 6 is your full move. You're under 110, right? Yep,
so
you're
that's
105.
just like any adjacent tile I can move. It's like 1, 2.
So you can move here.
3, 6. Here. So this would be fair, right?
Yep. Sure.
Okay.
You hear skittering, but nothing appears to follow you as you run down the hall.
Alright. So I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna leave the sewer.
Yep. Alright, you leave the sewer. You find daylight. You have multiple rat bites on your legs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for a doctor.
You go look for a healer?
Yeah.
Do you go to the church? Do you go to an herbalist and / healer?
I'll go to the church.
Okay, you go to the church. You walk in and you see the one guy you saw before when we were picking up Nier and Legion, the cleric of Sonus. He looks to you and says, "My child, my dwarven old man? Youngling? Whichever you are. It's always hard to tell. You grow beards at a quite early age. What do you require with us?"
I need some healing. Just got into a fight with some rats. Not feeling too hot.
You don't look too hot. Well, you see, my son, the church is, of course, is always on hard times with evil being so present. We would require a donation. And he points to a bowl that has multiple different coins in it, and he says, "If you would please."
I'm gonna drop 5 gold in there.
He gives you kind of like a, come on.
Okay, well, okay, how much is like a reasonable donation?
I
don't know these things.
So you do know, like, I think you saw Mathin, like, he gave out 40 gold as his donation.
All
like every time he comes here.
Then in total, I dropped 60 gold.
You dropped 60 gold in the donation thing? All right.
Yeah.
All right. You drop 60 gold in, and he says, "My child, Sonar blesses you," and he kind of like puts his hand on your head, and you see a blue glow as he goes to heal you. For 7 hit points. Does that bring you to full?
That would.
It brings you just to full, and he goes, "May your wounds be healed, and may your journeys be pleasant."
Thank you, Father?
He looks as though that's appropriate.
Okay. So I'm gonna leave there. Right, I'm healed. First order of business is getting a new longsword.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go look for, I guess, a smithy.
You find a smithy.
Alright. So is there any, like, functional difference between a regular longsword and, say, a silver longsword? One?
Silver, isn't as effective against, like, regular enemies. Like orcs or goblins, you know, that kind of thing. They'll probably do... There's a chance of it breaking. But otherwise, cost. So we're gonna say, if you want a silver longsword?
Yeah.
Right, if you want a silver longsword, we're gonna do a plus 30% cost on that, so it's 15 gold. He says it's gonna be about 20 gold for you to purchase a silver longsword.
Alright, and how much would that be to also buy a regular longsword as well?
Just the regular price of 15 gold, he speaks up.
Okay, so in total that'd be 335.
335.
2 long swords.
You mean?
Right? I mean, sorry, just 35.
Yeah, 35.
Right.
I believe.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay, you take it. A nice longsword and a nice silver longsword. You purchase them both, and you have them.
All right.
All right. And what do you do with your new acquired merchandise?
I gotta add it to my character sheet real quick.
Cool.
So silver longsword has a damage penalty against regular things.
Yeah, half damage, or no, not half damage. Sorry, it has a chance of breaking. I mean,
chance of breaking.
Yes. Okay. Because it's not steel or iron. It's pretty crappy. It's a low chance, but it still has a chance. They're not as dependable. Silver's a weaker metal. Regardless, what do you do?
I'm gonna go to the other sewer and see if I can't find the other guy and let him know that, hey, I found a big rat guy.
Okay, you find the other sewer, and as you go in, you see a trail of blood.
Oh.
In the sewer. And do you continue to walk in as you see the trail, or do you follow the trail?
I'm gonna follow the trail.
You follow the trail of blood. Give me a perception check.
That's over it.
It's over it? Alright. You continue down, and eventually you come across a couple of bodies of rats. And you're in a room similar, or not a room, but a kind of area similar to the one you were in before. It's a little bit different. You can tell you're not in the same place. But there's 10 dead rats, and the blood trail continues down into a different room.
Sounds like you had a better time than me. Fuck. I'm gonna keep following the blood trail then.
Okay, you follow the blood trail. Eventually you come to what looks to be a 10 by 10 area where there's, you're in a sewer. It's pretty gross. I probably should tell you. You're wading in shit, right? Medieval shit. It's really gross. It's awful. This place is just disgusting. And as you enter this room, the smell is putrid as you see what looks to be maybe hundreds of rat droppings around you, and various other liquids. At the end of the room, you see the what you thought was the monster hunter. He's got his face is all bludgeoned in. You see, though, next to him with the silver longsword you saw on his back before, a half man, half rat. It looks like he was mid transformation, with the longsword stabbed through his gut, pinned against the wall next to the man, and they both appear to be dead.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do?
So they both appear to be dead. I'm gonna go to
Okay. You go to see if they're really dead? You look for a pulse?
I'm gonna verify that they're both there.
Alright, the monster hunter's definitely dead. The lycanthrope has a weak pulse, but he's unconscious. The were-rat.
I'm gonna finish off the lycanthrope.
Okay, you take out, do you use your silver longsword?
Yeah.
You use your fresh silver longsword and you kind of put it against his neck, and do you slice? Yeah. Slice it up, alright, and you see blood pour out, and he appears to be dead now. Fully, the were-rat's wearing a little bit of patches of metal armor. He's got a little cape. He's got a long tail. His face looks half human, half man. He was mid-transformation. Do you do anything here?
I'm gonna try and kind of reasonably carry them both out.
Very slowly you could drag both of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them both out. Drag both the bodies out.
You drag both of them out of the sewer.
Is there anything else before I do that? Was there anything else in the room that I can perceive?
So how long? Give me a perception check.
Alright. Oh, should I hit the back? But...
Okay.
Alright, that's under.
That's under? Alright, you see a nice pile of silver coins. Looks to be about 40 of them in the corner of the layer, hidden under some rat droppings.
God. I reluctantly kind of just scoop him out.
Alright, you take the rat dropping coins for yourself. I don't know how you feel about carrying around these. They smell, but you have them.
I'm gonna put them in a separate pouch from anything else.
And you drag these guys out of the sewer?
That's 40 SP, right?
Yes, 40 silver pieces.
Okay, yeah, I drag these guys out of the sewer.
Alright, you drag them out. And they're on the street. You get some eyes from the people around you. They look rather scared at the were-rat and even more terrified at the man who appears to have been killed maybe by him or you. Eventually, some guards come by and question what's going on here.
Well, it looks like this monster hunter almost killed this were-rat here. Didn't succeed at it.
Aye. And you killed it?
Well, I finished it off. It was probably like pretty close to death.
Quite the deed.
We're just looking to get this monster hunter guy, like, I guess, shipped back to Waypike. We buried there.
Aye, we'll probably burn him here.
Jesus. Can I pay to get him transported to Waypike?
Yeah, they go 10 gold to probably see him. Do you know his family?
No idea.
Do you know his name? Give me an intelligence check if you don't remember, Burp.
I don't remember. Oh, fuck!
you look at him, I mean, you can say what you want. You don't remember if you don't remember.
It started with a J, like a Jeremiah.
Waypike's got like over 10,000 strong people. No other clues?
Is his face like bludgeoned in? Is he visually identifiable?
It's pretty bludgeoned. You figure like maybe a close like you'd figure someone who spends like almost every day with him might know, but like you didn't talk to him about his family.
Well, fucking hell.
All right.
I guess fine. I guess bury him here.
Okay.
And send a letter that to Waypike that the monster hunter that came down he's dead.
Will do. And they nod
Unfortunate.
and grab the body and kind of drag it all across the street. You see all his weapons dangle, and he is carried off by the guards. And you sit next to the body of the dead were-rat. Many peasants kind of look at it. They're like, whoa, what'd you do there? That thing's quite the monster. Where'd you kill it?
Indeed. I didn't really kill it. I found it, like, almost dead. Finish it off.
Interesting.
Oh shit, I should probably go kill the other were-rat.
What? One of them, like, peers up at you as you say, there's a were-rat? Where?
I mean, what were-rat, huh? Look, this one's dead. What do you mean?
Give me a charisma check.
Oh, fuck.
They go, wait, there's another one? And, like, you see, like, a couple of peasants look concerned at you. Where is it?
I'm gonna let go of the were-rat, and I'm just gonna, like, hustle over to the other fucking sewer.
You hustle back?
Yeah, right. Hustle to the...
You give it your best hustle. You find the sewer today, and you get there. You are back at the sewer.
Okay. I figured the rats are like, all right.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna approach. So is there anyone in this room anymore?
The dead bodies are still there.
Right, the corpses. All right, then I'm gonna proceed this way.
Okay, you peer down the hall. You see what appears to be like a makeshift, like planks, pallet like a wall-ish thing.
I'm gonna approach it.
Here? Yeah, you approach it. It's flat. You hear chittering beyond it.
I'm gonna take my axe and I guess just chop it open.
You give it a good chop, and as you peer, do you peer through the chops at all, or do you just chop it down?
Yeah, chop. Look and see if it just chop until like it.
Okay, first chop, you get that. Second chop, you get that. Third chop, it's becoming more clear. On the last chop, there you see the rat at the end of the hallway, kind of like he's slumped against the wall. He looks to be snoring.
All right. So he hasn't heard me. I'm gonna try and quietly wiggle open the planks.
Quietly wiggle open the planks. All right.
Yeah, just try
Do you try and squeeze yourself in here?
Yeah.
All right, you squeeze yourself in, and as you enter the room, you see on either side of you the rats that were there before, and they look up at you in surprise. And I think I'm gonna need your initiative again.
Okay.
As you stumble into this rat's lair.
So that's 1d10 plus 5.
4, 7. All right, you got an 11.
Yeah.
Cool. So 1-1. Got an initiative for this rat. Initiative for this rat. This one goes at a 12. This one goes at an 11. And you will wake up eventually, so we're going to put you on the board. And a 13. All right. You go... Wait, sorry.
No.
It's not right. There we go. None of these are right. 12. Stupid machine. All right, you go second. First, this rat goes to take a bite out of you with a chomp, missing. Again, taking a little bit out of your boot, but not taking any skin out of you, thankfully.
Good.
All
okay,
right.
positional wise, where could the rats stand?
Where could the rats stand?
Like if I was to
They
back
could
up
stand
here,
here,
for example.
If you back up there, you'll be like against the planks, right?
Right.
Unless you want to squeeze through, but that'll take a whole round to do. Squeeze back through.
Okay.
They could stand here. Here.
All right, I'm just gonna stay here and just go for the old rat stab with an actual sword.
All right.
I have to look at my fucking +1, +3. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You got quite the bonus. You are. But it's just not enough as you go to slash him open with your long sword. Your sword is just too big against this tiny rat, and it like dodges out of the way as you go to slash it.
Okay.
This one goes to bite you, as well as his compadre. This one appears to wake up and peer at you, but he does not have his action as of yet. Both the rats that attack you just miss. And you find it your turn again. If you can make it to this end of round, you'll get a second attack because you're specialized.
Roger.
Or mastered or whatever in your longsword. This
so
rat...
I could, step here, right? Oh, wait, no, okay, never mind. It's not my turn.
Yeah, this rat goes to bite you with a natural 1, fails a saving throw with another 1, and falls to the ground, losing his action next round. Boggan, do as you will.
Alright. I'm gonna stab the one that's not asleep. The one... Hang on. I don't know why it doesn't let me ping. I control click ping?
You don't have to control click, just hold it down with your left click.
Oh.
There you go.
Alright, I'm gonna attack that one.
Stab him. Give him a good old E-stab or slash. Give me a saving throw, bro. Give me a saving throw. Wow, this is an unlucky. Alright, that's a pass, though. You barely hold on to your longsword.
God,
It
what
almost
the
leaves
fuck?
your hand again. We're almost reaching the point where you're just gonna break your sword in half, dude. I don't know what else to say. Like, jeez. Right.
What the fuck?
The two rats go to take bites at you. One hits for 2 damage as it bites into you. And you see the were-rat get up and start walking towards you saying, "Oh, my meal has returned, eh? Delicious."
Have you put any thought into, like eating real food, like meat, regular meat?
You get your second attack as he stares menacingly at you.
Wait, do I get my second attack right now?
Yeah, it's the end of the round. He
Okay.
He has walked up to you after waking up and looks hungry.
Alright, so, I've had my regular longsword out this entire time, right?
Yeah.
Or should it, be apply? Okay, so, can I pull out my silver longsword and attack?
Yeah, if you drop your other one.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll just drop it to my feet.
Drop it at your feet, yep. That's where it lays.
And silver longsword's identical to iron longsword, right, in terms of proficiency?
Identical, except what damage enemies take, depending.
Okay.
Is that your roll to hit?
Yeah, roll against the big man.
You roll against, you face the rat, or the rat man, and you roll a 15, just barely missing the rat man. You slice into him, but you see his, human flesh armor kind of, take it instead of him. And, he is not hit by that. The rat below you doesn't get a turn, but he recovers. Boggan, it is your turn once again. As you do
an
your
additional
thing.
stab on the big rat man.
Let's see here.
Oh shit!
What will ye roll, Burb or Boggan? Give me a save versus death, Boggan.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's just. I think that's a pass. Yep, that is a pass. Yep, 16. That's a pass. You go to slash into him. And you miss him, and you almost break your longsword on the ground, the hard cobblestone ground of the sewer, and you hear a sickening crack, but your sword doesn't appear to break just yet. It might get there, though, if you fail again, or if you fail. Alright, 2 rats try and take bites out of you, they miss. The were-rat goes to attack you, and I believe also misses, unless he has crazy Thaco. No, he also misses. Alright. And it gets around to this rat. He takes a bite. You'll get your second attack this round. He critically fails again and fails a saving throw. Falling to his feet. He just is unsure-footed. Boggan, it is your turn.
Oh my god. Please. Same deal as always. Please, God, just hit. Please. God damn it.
You miss the were-rat. Were you aiming for the were-rat, right?
Yeah.
And you miss him. As you go to slice into him, the other 2 rats go, trying to sink their teeth into you, also missing. The were-rat goes, what's your AC? Okay, he goes to stab you with his short sword, and it clanks against your armor, not penetrating. You are, you're kind of happy you bought the chainmail. It's certainly serving you well. You get your second attack, as I assume you take it against the were-rat with your longsword. Yeah. That is a critical. Even though it's not a natural 20, you pass by 5.
God.
Just barely. And yeah.
So is it the same damage, or is it?
It's double what you roll. So roll your damage.
I mean for the silverness.
Yes, it is the same. But
okay.
From what you understand, this will fully affect the were-rat, and he won't instantly heal it. You do 7 damage. Is that your base damage? That is your base damage.
That is my base damage.
That is your base damage. So you slash into the were-rat.
That's not times 2, by the way. So would that be double 14?
It would be 14, yeah. Okay. You do 14 damage slicing into the rat, and you see his gut, just a giant slash across the front of it. You see an intestine poke out, and he appears very wounded. He barely stands up as his rat companion stands to his feet. He's got fear in his eyes now. He's kind of holding onto his cleaver, shaky-like. His face, you imagine if he was human, would be purple or and he would feel cold. You think he might be on the verge of death, and it's your turn now.
I'll ask him, last time for mercy.
Give me a charisma check. And he has to do save.
Well, alright.
Alright, he goes, just get it over with, as he kind of looks at you with his short sword.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, damn.
That's a miss as you go to stab into the rat, or slash into him. The two little rats go to attack you. They miss. Then the big rat goes to take a swing with a natural 20 with his cleaver.
Holy fuck.
Piercing into you for 6 points of damage. You feel a sickening crunch. You hear a sickening crunch, and you feel cold as the short sword pierces into your side, and you see blood flow out.
God damn.
And this little rat tries to go to town on you with a bite, missing with a 13. Boggan, what do? You feel cold.
God damn. He finally does something. It's a fucking crit. God damn.
Yeah.
Alright. Now I have to think.
Your cycles must be synced. You critted on the same round. Wait, no, you critted on the last round. Wait, no. Same round, right? Same round.
I guess I'm gonna try and just finish him off.
Alright.
And pray to whatever God wants to listen that I survive.
You give a good prayer, and you may survive today. Roll me some damage. You don't clear by 5, but you do hit. You take your longsword and slash across the neck of the were-rat as you see his little fur kind of like unravel as his neck kind of slices open, and you see blood flow out onto the ground, and he falls dead. I would do the X, but there we go. He falls dead before you. And now time to see if you get eaten alive by his rats, Boggan. The two rats go to attack you, both missing. One just barely. It bites into your skin, but it doesn't draw blood.
Alright, I get my, end of turn attack, right?
Yes, you get your second attack against whichever rat you may choose.
Alright, I'm gonna attack the bottom rat, right? Because that one goes next.
Okay.
Please, God. Please be with me. Fuck.
It's a miss. As you go to attack the rat, you go to slash him with your longsword, and he narrowly misses. You cut off a piece of his tail, but it doesn't do any real damage. He rolls to hit with a miss. Boggan, it is your turn once again. Will you survive the rat invasion?
Fucking rats, man. Fucking rats. Okay. So I'm gonna attack the rat above me.
Okay. Which one? That one? Alright.
Yeah.
Give me a good old roll to hit. That's a hit!
That's a hit.
You crit, I believe, the rat with that number. Does that clear by 5? Yes, that clears by 5. Alright. Yep. Not that it matters. Alright, you take your longsword and just slash the top of the rat off. They have, not even a whole hit die, so that's okay. That's okay.
Crazy.
Dies. And in anguish, the one next to it tries to take a bite out of you with a 3, missing you. Alright. You survive that round. I think you get your second attack next round.
Indeed.
And you get attacked by the first rat with a 1 once again. This rat sucks, dude. This rat is just... Alright. He falls to the ground.
Garbage, dude.
And he just stares at you pitifully. Please, no. And it's your turn.
Alright.
You remember the plot to an old story you heard about a rat that wanted to be a chef? You think that might be him.
God damn it.
That's a miss, Burb.
Indeed.
As this one, maybe that was his wife you killed, goes to bite into you. Just barely sinking his teeth into you and not drawing blood. He does not do damage, but he does sink his teeth into you. Alright.
I'm playing with fire.
The one that has survived over here gets back up to his feet and tries to run away. Give me an opportunity attack on him. He's given up.
Then that's just normal, right? Or do I get another modifier to hit?
Just normal. He's trying to back away.
Not today, you fucker.
Alright, you crit him. Let's see how much damage you do. It doesn't necessarily matter.
Just gonna fucking hit him and he's just gonna explode. Just touch him with it and he just fucking detonates.
A 9. All right. You take your longsword and slice off the rat's face. You see just his skull open, and you see like the back of his brain still hanging in there, and it just plops out into the ground. Imagine Pirates of the Caribbean. You remember Dead Man's Chest when Jack sees like himself?
I've never watched it.
You never seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
I have not. I've been wanting to watch it, but like I don't know. I just never gotten around.
Well,
to
if you ever see Dead Man's Chest, there's a guy whose brain just kind of falls out, and he like picks it up. He's like, "Oh, my brain!" And he like, that's what you kind of imagine happened as his brain plops out to the ground. You missed my movie reference, damn burb. All right.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Dies, and it's your turn. Do you try and finish off the last rat? Give me a roll to hit against the final rat.
Put him down.
Trying to seek vengeance.
Yes, and that's a fucking crit.
It's a crit, yep. Crit the rat with a 22.
Full rage after fucking losing all my health. I paid good money to have my health back. Oh, fuck. Wrong one.
Some would say overpaid. You do 8 damage or 16? You do 16 damage. How do you kill this rat?
Go for real, just fucking like, just gonna split it in half, all the way, like, just lengthwise, all the way down.
You split it in half, and a thought runs through your head, hey, I could have rat kebabs tonight. And you just split it in half, and you are out of combat. Free to do as you please.
Christ. I push past all these fucking bodies.
Okay.
Just observe the room I'm in.
Alright.
Probably pouring blood everywhere.
Sure. Alright. You observe the room. It looks similar to the last room you were in. Lots of rat feces and sewage. You do see a little vial. It glows blue on the body of the rat man. It's like a little potion. You're not sure what it is. You're no magician, and you've never dabbled in magic. Or even if you could, probably wouldn't.
Alright, I'm gonna loot that.
Yeah, and you also see his short sword. It looks rather shiny.
Yeah, I'll take the short sword as
well.
For
being down here. It's like dirty, but it has like a nice shine to it. Something's weird about it.
I'll grab all that shit.
Alright, you grab it all. You see 30 silver kind of scattered around. Doesn't look like he was hiding it in his lair, but it's just scattered around. You see a couple of human bodies sprawn out about. They're like chewed on. They have similar bites to the one you saw in the alley.
Huh. Well, I think we found our culprit at least. So like, there's no other passages or anything? Like, this is just like the end?
This is the end.
Alright. Well, I'll grab the silver pieces.
Okay.
More shit gold, or shit silver.
Okay, you grab more shit silver. 30 silver.
Alright. So that brings me up to 70 total silver.
Cool.
I'm gonna leave the bodies down here, and I'm just gonna exit the sewer.
You exit.
I'm gonna seek a guard, first of all.
You find one?
Let him know, like, yeah.
His name's Joab.
Joab?
Joab.
Joab.
Yep, Joab. My name's Joab. How do you do?
Howdy, Joab. So, in those sewers, there's a dead rat man, and a lot of bodies have been killed the same way as a body I saw in an alley earlier.
He slaps you on the back. Murders a got to you, friend. You must be deep in your cups here. I'll take you to the local inn. You can get a room.
I may need a medic first.
Okay,
I gesture to my fucking... hole in me.
He starts taking you to the local herbalist. Do you go with him?
Yeah.
You find an old crotchety woman. You may have noticed her before. Apizis and Titus have both been in her care. You see her. She's like old crotchety. She's got like almost shut eyes. She looks almost blind. She looks to be like maybe 80, 70, somewhere around there. She's quite short. She goes up to you and says, "Hello, sonny boy. Would you be needing my services?" And she kind of like wipes her hands together, and you see like a weird moisture, like kind of like maybe POTUS on her hands. And
POTUS, like
it's like a old remedies they used to use, like moss and stuff combined with other things. She goes, well, come in, and she lays you down on a bed and starts rubbing this like kind of concoction all over you. It's rather sticky on your like bite marks and the slash or the pierce mark from the short sword. She goes, quite the wound. You'll have to stay here for a couple days to heal up and get your strength back. If you pay her 5 silver, she'll heal you for 4 hit points a day if you want to sleep here.
Okay.
Do you do that?
I'll do that.
All right. The first night goes through. You heal 4 hit points. You pay her 5 silver. I don't know why I keep saying 7. But and you're at 6 hit points. Do you do anything?
Okay. I guess just like another night.
Okay.
Up to full.
Take another night. Get another 4. Okay. There you go. You're at 10.
All right. Excellent.
And you're free to do as you will.
Well, thank you for the service, and I'm gonna go.
She nods.
Seek out, I guess the guard, the head guard.
Okay, you seek out the captain of the guard. You go to the barracks. You see him sitting at his desk once again, kind of like scratching his chin. He looks to you as you enter. Hey, dwarf. I hear you slayed a rat.
Indeed. I'd make 2 sewers both clear of rats and ratmen.
Appreciate you solving the problem. I'll be sure to tell Count Blade that you did it. I doubt he'll care super, but he always appreciates a good hand. Well, at least when it comes to his peasants, they do make him his coin.
Fair.
Well, thank you.
Any chance that could be any sort of monetary incentive, waiting for me for having suffered that?
Well, a couple of the boys were betting on what it was, and I happened to win the bet. I always knew it'd be the rats. I happen to have around 15 gold that I won. I'll give you 10 of it for your trouble.
I'll take it. Thank you.
He hands you the 10 gold. Yeah, you got 10 more gold.
Radical.
Yeah. And we can either call it here unless you want to do anything else.
No, that's pretty much it.
That's it? Alright.
Sold.
And you've got some XP.
Jesus Christ.
Go.
How many times did I roll a 1?
Dude, you'll have to check. It was a lot.
And how many times did a 1 rat roll a 1 when we're both like
2,
encounters?
That 1 rat at the bottom rolled a 1 like I think 5 times.
That poor rat, dude.
You rolled way more 1s than anybody else, so that's
the fuck curse.
2, 3. Jeez, 4, 5. Looks like you rolled 5 1s.
Holy shit!
Session, which is pretty high. You were like really nowhere. You were either super high or super low. You're between rolls.
Definite miss, or I fucking drop my sword.
Yeah. So you either
definite hit.
Yeah, you either destroyed, like crit the rat entirely, or missed. So let's give you some XP. The rats weren't worth much, but the Ratmen were worth a lot more. All right, so for the Ratmen, you get 70. We'll give you half XP for the second Ratman, since you didn't technically kill him, but you did go there and slay him in a way. 170, and then you got 40. We'll give you 200 for the session. So 64. And you, how many rats did you kill? You killed like 6 rats. That's plus.
All right, pure meta question: Was the hunter destined to die, or did he just get really unlucky?
You got really unlucky. I did that before the session started. I rolled this combat, and he rolled a bunch of natural ones. You know, I simulate.
Poor guy, dude.
If I have time and it's not a random encounter, I simulate fights generally to see how things happen in my world. But yeah, that is a little bit meta, but
that would have been like embarrassing for him. Like he went down there and just like at least he kind of completed his goal, but holy shit.
It might have gone different had you insisted to go with him, but there's no foresight to that I expected from you. So
fair. He looked capable. He sounded capable.
He was supposed to be.
He's Van Helsing, dude.
All right. It looks like you're gonna level. So you got 740 XP for monsters in the session.
I don't even know where my XP is on my sheet. I'll be honest.
It's right under. It's like right at the top almost. Let me close my book real quick here. I think you leveled. I think 2000 is where you level.
Oh, here it is.
Correct. And you have 2000.
Okay, 2193.
All right, where are you, Mr. Fighter? Fighter 2000. Yep, you leveled.
Okay.
Give me a D10 for hit points, and then you also get a +1 to all your attack rolls on anything now for your Thaco.
All right, cool. So I add that to my tip bonus.
That was a D20.
Oh shit!
D10.
Sorry.
D10, and this is your HP roll.
Oh, I did it again. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Jeez Louise.
I almost did it a third time. It's muscle memory, dude.
There you go. All right. A 9. All right, you are at 19 HP as you level. And do you want to say anything to our viewers, Burb?
Dab.
Dab. All right. Dab on those 1s and dab on those 20s. All right. Good session.
Christ on a cracker.